Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy reading for the area of love and relationships for the elemental energy of water. Water covers the zodiac signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, so all of our fishies out there. If you are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or have water high up in your chart, then this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description for a natal chart. It's through Llewellyn. It's just your basic 12 houses with all little signs and symbols, and then it gives you a 10 to 20 page description of what all that means. That one's not an affiliate link, but the other ones for the cards are affiliate links. If you're interested in the cards that I'm using, you can click through those. With that, I always read for the singles first, then we read for those in a relationship. We look at which chakra is lighting up so we can get an idea of kind of where the energy is centered, and usually there's a little bit of a lesson or a hint with that. And then we will look at a Whispers of Love Oracle to see a little more information from source on what's going on, and then we'll get some clarification or some further information from the tarot. So we are going to get started with our singles, and if you happen to see something different with the cards or you get a different intuition and you want to share that with the rest, go for it in the comments. I read intuitively, so it's always interesting to hear what other people have to say. With that, water singles, you are starting off with number 1, the Strength card, which is the root chakra, and we'll get into the book here in a second, but what I'm getting right here is this is a time for you to really show your resilience this month, to show that you can deal with things that are going on in life, whether that it's living on your own, paying your own bills, doing the adulting stuff by yourself. It's really about getting clear on the core aspects of your personal strength is what I'm hearing. And if you're looking for a relationship, those are going to be qualities that become very attractive down the road. And if you happen to not be looking for a relationship, it's always good to make sure that you can take care of yourself and take care of the things around you. So this one is really about taking care of the everyday world and really getting clear. And as the root chakra, this is your foundation. And so if you have a good, strong foundation, then you can build what you need on top of that. But that's where we're starting out here. So from the book, because there's always more information with these cards, the planet is Mars. Mars is sometimes known as the warring god. He personifies the power to go direct energy towards winning the battles between wisdom and ego. Exalted on Earth for surmounting obstacles and fearlessly fulfilling his duties, he embodies the discipline and knowledge needed to evolve from the lower to the higher chakras. And our key words here are focused will, resilience, find your strength, take action, process truth, a deep-rooted sense of commitment. So, water singles, this is really that call to figure out where your strengths lie. You may have really good certain areas, like I know some people, as far as like the foundational stuff, they're really good at keeping the house clean and organized, but they forget to pay bills. Other people are really good at the bill part and they're not with the other. So figure out where your strengths lie as a single, and that gives you what you're going to need as a balancer in a relationship if you're looking for that. Your Whispers of Love says, do something for someone, give your attention to another. It's not just about taking care of yourself. When you work with strength, a lot of it, getting that foundational stuff, is developing your own habits, patterns, and basically skills so that you can do what you need to do and survive everything. But it's also saying, while you're doing that, do stuff for somebody else. That way it doesn't become so hyper-focused on, I have to do this, it's me, me, me. But when you're doing stuff for someone else as you're building your own strength, it keeps that flow of energy going where, yeah, I'm doing all this for me, but I can also incorporate or invite another person into this world, into my life, and that actually works out really well if you plan like that. Again, even if you're currently wanting to just be single, if you do the things for like helping somebody else out, and that can go for going to the animal shelter and doing the dog walking stuff, because there's a lot of those that'll do that. That could be going to the soup kitchen. That could be, fill in the blank. There's a list of things you can do. And it doesn't have to be some dramatic thing. It can be something quiet like that. And it gets you out of that me, 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 me. Yes, you have your stuff to deal with, singles, but also don't forget you're helping other people too. Because as you level up, you're going to bring others with you. So if you're keeping those doors open, it'll pay out in the end, one way or another. Your first tarot is the Five of Fire, which is your contrarian energy, so this could be a little bit of a challenge. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. If you feel this month that there's something or someone is trying to sabotage or block you or get in the way of something, the Five of Fire is saying, why are you letting yourself go down that path? Because they can only block you if you open the door for them. And that's what this Strength card, getting clear on your foundational energy here, is talking about. You want to get clear on your skills, your patterns, your habits. That way other people can't do this. They can't get in the way. So you want to make sure that you're working towards defining your healthy boundaries, as well as developing the skills that are needed. Just in life in general. Like I said, doing laundry, knowing how to cook your own food, things like that, grocery shopping, paying the bills, those are foundational skills. And sometimes we're good at one, we're not good at the other. And so this is where we come to those understandings of, yeah, I can do all this, but I'm really not good at, like, say, folding the laundry. And don't say fitted sheets, no one in the right mind can fold those well. There's a few of us that know how to fold them, but they never look right. So that's a whole different world. But what it's saying is you really want to get clear on what you know. That way you can not fall prey to someone else's machinations, and you can actually move forward and dodge that nonsense. Your second tarot is the Three of Air. Sadness, taking time to heal, and the need to forgive others or yourself. If there's been something in your past, and that could be what's triggering this to happen. If there's something in your past that you need to let go of, like a past relationship that was a little frustrating or bothersome, traumatic, pick your term there, this is the time to let that go. What I'm seeing here with this particular lineup for our water singles is it's time to renew your strength. Get that foundation, again, get those skill sets. I'll just keep repeating that. And then you're doing something for someone else as well, but you're doing it without the thought of repayment. That's the reason I'm saying like the dog walking and things like that, because those are a lot less intensive than having to deal with people in some cases. But with the Three of Air, it's saying there's something in the past that you've dealt with that has maybe tainted your view on life. And then when you have this Five of Fire coming in as well, you have a very interesting system here. And what I'm getting is this is your time, water, to allow yourself to heal, regrow, and figure out you can stand on your own 2 feet again. That's where that strength in this foundation energy is coming in at. Is it's not just, oh, well, I have to do all these things. No. And I'm feeling with this one, it's time to be a little more gentle with the self. And if there's something in the past that you have some carry over from, release that. Find a way to forgive that person, or if it's something that you feel that you did, forgive yourself, and that's not an easy thing. And that's where this competing goals and bothersome details and conflict comes in with the Five of Fire, because it could be something that you're still thinking about. Oh, well, they always took care of the bills and I never learned how. Okay, well, learn how now. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Or like if you had a household where one parent cooked all the time and did all the cleaning and never was willing to show you how to do it, now you're trying to figure all this out. That could have built up some resentment. That's not going to go well in the future looking for a partner. So learning how to do the basic skills again, foundational strength, root chakra, energy, that is going to be hugely beneficial. And that's where that conflict with others, I'm hearing this as a past situation. It's not so, it could be something going on now, but the strong energy here saying it was something in the past. But that's where we have to learn to forgive. We have to learn to let go of the stuff that's in the past, which allows us to move forward. So water singles, you have a little bit of work to do this month. Not not horrible. Again, these are general readings, so take what works. But I am definitely feeling that there is a resetting of a foundation that needs to happen. And while you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're still being open to doing things with other people or for other beings, whether it's, like I said, the dog walking one keeps coming to mind, so maybe that's where you need to go next. And it could be, helping out, volunteering at a local arena if you are someone who's a horse person, and helping with, maintaining horse stalls or something. But it's a way to get out of your own head on some of that stuff, because I'm feeling that this is going to be a healing month for you, but it's not going to be exactly the easiest month either. So we'll see how that plays out. Now we're going to hop over to our water couples. So this could be for you as the water sign, or it could be your partner's the water sign and you're cross watching, or between the two of you there could just be a lot of water in your charts. So we'll hop into that. Before we do, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions in the comments section down below. Just like I said at the beginning, if you see something different with the cards, feel free to comment that as well, because like I said, I read intuitively, so you might see an entirely different message than what I brought up. So just shuffling the cards here real quick so they don't try to attack me. These decks are kind of fun, but the other part is I've been using some of them for a while, like the chakra one and the angel one, and so they tend to be a little more chatty when they want to be, and they'll just throw cards at you randomly. It's kind of fun sometimes. Anyway, we'll hop over to our water couples, and you're in the root chakra as well, but yours is a little different. We are looking at number 3 with the energy of creation. I can't remember the name of this deity, but what's really going on here for our water couples is there's a new beginning occurring. This could be a pregnancy, this could be a new job, a house. There's something in the process of a creation occurring, and it could be something that you guys have thought about, you've been planning for, and this is the month where it gets to come into fruition. Or this could be something that you're just starting to think about, where you're starting to develop the plan. But there's definitely the energy of new beginnings, and that creation part of it saying that this is something that you guys are coming together to build, whether that's buying the first house together, getting a first apartment together, whatever it is, you're doing this with your partner, and this is a new thing. Individually, you may have already done some of this stuff, but this is the first time you're doing it with your partner, is what I'm hearing. So we have the Brahma, that's who that is, and the four-headed Brahma reflects the position as the Lord of creation. They represent the physical self, the rational self, and the emotional self with the intuitive self. In each of the 4 hands, Brahma carries a blessing. His hand, a mudra, which is, they call it hand yoga. Your most common one is the one like this, where you're meditating. So there's a few of those. Removes fears and insecurities. From this sacred pot, water flows forth. The lotus emits the scent of purity, and the scrolls recount wisdom. So this is a culmination of things for you, water couples. This is not a one-way thing. This is not just a spur of the moment. This is something that's going to take some time to develop, but once it does, things are going to happen pretty quick, is what I'm hearing. Our keywords are birthing possibilities, original thinking, being innovative, that's fun, the pioneering spirit, novel opportunities, taking the steps to something new. So you really are being called to this new experience, and it could be a whole list of different things. They're even saying it might be a new aspect of your spiritual path, something taking it to a next level, a little deeper than where you were. So that's also pretty empowering and important at the same time. And your message from the Whispers of Love says, appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. This is living in the now. And when you're building that new creation, you appreciate how things are going. Even if there's a little bit of a struggle, because sometimes creation has to come through pain or through frustration or whatever. Like if you've ever been around someone giving birth, or if you've given birth before, you know that there's a little struggle, a lot of struggle, before you have that peace, but you can appreciate it after the fact. But what I'm hearing with this card is appreciating this moment is such a valuable part of our lives as humans, because it shows us the magic of our creative abilities. It shows us the magic of reality, how God's source comes in and works with us. Our guides and guardians are there to support us as we move through this life. And as a couple, you're building this new creation, you're working with this energy of a new foundation, because that's what the root chakra's basis is. The guides are asking you to appreciate this process. Even if it's not the easiest thing in the world, even if it's a little bit frustrating, appreciate the journey, because once it's over, you're going to look back actually with fondness at this time. And your number on this one, up here at the top, is 33. So you actually are getting blessed by the divine with this. You also have the angel numbers, and I can't remember what those mean exactly, but it's a 33 is a positive number. The doubled numbers are all pretty positive. So your message from the tarot is the 8 of water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. This ties into, and the reflection's horrible. This ties into that creative aspect of where you're at. This is the support reminder that your emotions are going to grow with this, and the bond between the two of you is actually going to get stronger because of resetting this foundation. You're doing it with each other. It's not one party doing one part and the other party being like, well, what about this idea? You're doing this together. And if you haven't gotten clear on what it is or how you're going to go about it, this is a good time to communicate that. Get clear on how the two of you are going to move forward with this situation, because what I'm seeing with this setup here is, before we get to the last card, this is your guys' together plan. This is not one person dominating the other. This is a partnership energy that's going on here, and it's going to take both of you to succeed. So working together, and that's where that emotional growth and spiritual connection can really tap in. So take the time while this new thing is coming around to spend time with each other, just the two of you. If you've got a family already, you incorporate them on as well at different times, but they're wanting to emphasize this whole connection with each other. This is entertaining. Second tarot is the number 5 in the major arcana, which would be the Hierophant in traditional tarot, or you can see it as the High Priest as well. This one calls it Unity, which is Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded individuals. So you really are in the process of a new creation. You're coming together, but with Sandalphon working with the energy of Earth, Malkuth, and a few other energies, this is your foundation. This is the stuff that supports you. But the other part of Sandalphon is it reminds you to have fun with this journey. It doesn't have to be boring and struggles and frustrating. It's also saying have fun with it. I mean, when you look at the card, there's so much color, there's so much movement, there's so much vibrancy, because it doesn't have to be boring. You're building something. The 8 of water is a little more mundane with how it looks because it's very blue. But when you get to Unity, it's saying, yes, there are maybe parts of this that are not as in public as others are, but you can still have fun. You can still liven things up a little bit, and that's what they want to bring forward is, as you're building this creation, don't get trapped in the idea that it's boring and I have to do this specific way. It might work better if you do it that way, but that doesn't mean you can't add your own flair to it either. So have fun with that. And water, you are the emotional creatives here. You, out of all of the elements, you do carry that more so than anyone else. And that's where you get to do this fun side of it a little bit more so. With that, water singles, it's time to do some forgiveness, time to do some inner works, it looks like. And water couples, it's time to really get clear on what you're creating this month, because Source is wanting to support both the couples and the singles, but there's a little bit on the us human side that has to happen first. So everyone's going to approach that in a different way, obviously, but I hope you guys have a great rest of the month, and I will see you in the next video.